All right, welcome to MLM Monday, episode 38. Awesome, episode 38. Super excited to have you here. Ben Nixon, your host. Today's another informational session. We'll be picking up a couple interviews here in April, so it's getting exciting. But today we're going to talk about a topic we were touching on last week with a whole group of folks. Hey, welcome to the webinar. If you're joining us here on live, if you're tapping through on your phone, if you're scrolling through Facebook, just type into the comments where you're watching from. Hey, Carl, welcome, welcome. Always great to have you on as you're checking out live. So for those of you that are new to the show, we get a chance to see a lot of data. We work on direct selling companies and social selling companies and party plan companies all across the space. And it's a great question about content and how anyone can create a powerful video. Hey Vince, welcome to live. Good to have you on. See a couple others of you. Go ahead and just comment in where you're on from. Awesome to have you here today. So here's the key on content matters in video. So why, let's start off first with why, right? Why is video important for your direct sales company, right? We've been working on a whole bunch of launches of different groups, and I've had this conversation a number of times this last week, is that it's important to have video that actually tells a story. So inside of that video, what is it that you're looking to create? What sort of feeling are you looking to give to the other people that are checking out your products and services, right? If you're running a direct sales company or if you have a team in direct sales, you want to have a compelling video that anybody can share to pique people's interest about your company and about your products and your services, right? So what are a couple ways to do that? One of the exercises I walk people through is that there are really two different styles of video you can have. Hey, Justin, welcome, welcome. So there's a number of styles of video you can have. You can have these informational videos. You can have what I call the real story video, the authentic videos, and you can have funny videos, right? Different ways to sell. There's a bunch of different metrics you could use inside of them. Today I'm going to talk about the real story video and walk you through a framework any of you can use to do this for your business. The key is that in direct sales or social selling or MLM, you want to have compliant video content, something that is easy for anyone on your team to tap and share. If you're the corporate team, you want to create this yourself so that the field has something they can use and use in the marketplace that's not going to get everybody in trouble, that's going to be compliant, it's going to share the story in a way that makes everything better. So what's the power to the real story video in that type of framework? We'll walk through a number of these frameworks with you here so you'll get to see an example. But the real story video, what's so powerful is that if you can put it together a video that clips in a series of testimonials as it tells the story, people can self-identify, right? This is really important. People can self-identify in your video. So as an example, let's say that you're selling a weight loss product. Okay, we'll just pick on weight loss for a second, right? You could have a series of different people from different walks of life, right? They could be different races, different ethnicities. And what you can do is have them share their story, and you just cut little clips of that together. So you walk through asking them all the same question of, hey, what was your favorite part about trying the product, right? And then they share a little bit. And then you can say, hey, what do you expect? All right. Or what did you think the first time you heard the name? Right? And you have them answer those few questions, and people self-identify with them, and they see themselves as one of those people as they're going through the actual video, right? So in telling a story for weight loss as an example, you can have someone who says, I tried every diet, and the camera flips to someone else. It felt like nothing was working for me, right? It flips to someone else. Every time I started something, I was right back where I started, right? So you get the idea, different faces, and you don't have to be a fancy editor to do this. You just have them record their own video in front of a webcam, and you clip together a compliant version, right? If you're the corporate direct selling company here in the space, or if you're working it as a team, you want to make sure you contact the company and make sure that your video content stuff is compliant. The key is to then have someone who's the storyteller, if you're doing a real story video, the narrator, right? Who then shares why that product or service made a difference in their life. And then it goes back to the authentic people asking for a call to action. So the men, the women, the different races, different ages, right? Sharing, yeah, you got to just try this, right? I never knew I could feel this good, right? Things that they're able to say. So a real life story video is an awesome way to clip together just the authentic responses. And they don't have to look overproduced is the key, folks. It doesn't have to look incredibly high end. It looks authentic because it's real people sharing through their webcams. That's one tip to share with you here is the video that anyone here on this line can create. So let's talk about the other two video formats and what's important in them. The title of our live today is have a powerful video that anyone can create, and that would be the real story video. The other two formats in this space are informational videos and are funny videos. Now, informational videos are also really effective, especially if you're in a service or a new service that's challenging. And what's cool today is you can relate to people and do these story videos in simple hand-drawn sketches or in motion video. If you don't know what hand-drawn videos or motion videos, you can just Google that. And what that's like is where you just literally write down your story of what it is you'd like to communicate in video, and you just record it as a voiceover, and there'll be an artist that will actually create the graphics that go with that. So it could be really simple. Hey Matt, welcome to live. Good to have you on the show. So we're walking through video formats. The second one is informational videos. And so in an informational video like that, you're usually trying to explain some sort of technology or trying to explain the recipe for why your product works in people's lives or the process of why it's beneficial. In those cases, you can literally, if you have an iPhone today, you can literally record your voiceover right here. Speakers are amazing here today. It's funny, you used to need lots of fancy equipment. Today, folks, if you get in a quiet room, you can record a voiceover right here. You'd be amazed how many story videos are done that way today. And then there's people who can actually create those graphics for you, right? There's folks who will roll what's called B-roll, where you can get a library of B-roll and just paste it together yourself with iMovie. Or you can have a team do that for you. The key on a lot of those informational videos is if you use what's called B-roll or motion graphics, you can save a significant amount of money because you're not shooting any film, you're not creating any actual video content. You're using your voiceover over stock images or stock videos that are creating the story for you. That can be really effective as well. Now the unicorn of video content. Now, for those of you just joining us, we started with talking about the real story video, authentic videos clipped from testimonials. We went to informational videos, which is traditionally like a voiceover with some sort of either a handwritten video or a motion video with B-roll that's put behind it. That can be really powerful. And I'll post some examples of these folks. And then the third is a funny video, something that what I call the unicorn, right? Now the funny video is the hardest one to do. Okay, the funny video is the most challenging. I'll put 3 examples here below. Funny video would be like dollarshaveclub.com, dollarbeardclub.com, chat books, right? It would be like the flexible steel duct tape, right? We could with the flex tape, right? These are videos that have gotten hundreds of millions of views across Facebook and YouTube, right? Where they were so funny, the content was so on point with the listener that plain old customers that watched them wanted to click and share, right? So there was viral activity that happened just because of how funny the content was. Now, funny is the hardest thing in the world to do, and it also takes the most courage to go out there and do it. And you can't use B-roll and artist stuff to get it done, right? Normally, you got to get real actors and real footage shot, right? So it's expensive, and you don't always know what's going to be funny when you see these. But the key is customers click and share them, not just your sales associates. So think about which direction you need to go in video. At the end of the day, you need a compliant video that's exciting and fun to share, right? All 3 of those methods work. Which one's going to be best for you? You're going to find out when you actually start sharing it in the marketplace. I'm going to go ahead and put some examples below. Would love your guys' feedback in the chat. Talk with you soon. Bye for now.